Wendeaho, Wendeaho, Wendea, Wendea, ho 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 ho, hey ya, ya ya ya. Wendeaho, Wendeaho, Wendea, Wendea, ho 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 ho, hey ya, ya ya ya.
Megan Rose. Megan Rose. Yep. You know, we are here to create a movement grounded in love and kindness that transforms us, our community, and the world. That's what we're here to do. What a beautiful way to start that. Yeah? When they, yeah. I don't know that one. But
it means, I am of great spirit, it is so.
I am of great spirit, it is so. Isn't that wonderful? I am of great spirit, it is so. I could just have a talk on that, but I won't this minute. We are here to create a movement grounded in love and kindness that transforms us, our community, and the world. Let's say that together. All right, so let's take a deep breath together. In and out. And take this moment to become present, to feel what it feels like to leave behind whatever it is brought me to this moment, to gently allow it to leave, and to bring my entire consciousness, my whole presence, into this very moment now. To feel the belly rise and fall, to feel the tension in my cheeks and my forehead release, to become totally at peace and at ease in this moment now. There's no challenge. There's nothing to be done. There's only the Spirit in us calling us to be present here now. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's know this together, that in this moment, right now, I am enough. I am whole and holy as I am. There is nothing to fix. There's nothing that's broken. There's nothing I need. I know from the inside that all is well with my soul. For this truth, for this glimpse of the truth of how life really is, we are grateful, and so it is. Amen.
Grand earth has quaked before, moved by the sound of its voice, and the seas that are shaken and stirred can be calmed and broken from my regard. And through it all, my eyes are on you. And through it all, it is well. And through it all, my eyes are on you. and it is well with me. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul.
I told you I was going to read one of these every week. Last week, if you were here, I asked you to fill out this card. I said, what do you want this soul center to be? What do you want it to be in your life or for others? This person said, a reminder of who we really are. How do you want it to feel? Open, accepting, heavenly. How will you bless this space? By doing the best I can to remember who I really am, and by being open and accepting. There we have it. Yeah. Thank you, whoever wrote that one. Yeah. It's like my whole lesson right in that few words, you know, and I was writing for 3 pages worth. You know. And I forgot my Bible, by the way. You got a Bible? You know, I'm like, yeah, that was smart. Here's the way I want to start today. Everything and everyone in your life is your teacher. Everything and everyone in your life is your teacher. Is available for your awakening. That's the way I like. Everything in my life and everyone in my life is available for my awakening. It's here to support my evolution as a spiritual being and a human being. And here's the other thing about that, though. It's not just for me. That the evolution of me contributes to the evolution of the whole. It's the whole thing. Sometimes we think our life is just, it's just this little thing. It's not this little thing. Because we are connected and one, everything is available to me to awaken, to contribute to the evolution of the whole. I believe that. And every life, no matter how we judge it, no matter how we think it's less than for some reason, every life is here to do that. Every soul is here to do that, to contribute to the evolution of the whole, to consciousness itself. And the structures out here, the way life looks out here, is an illusion. We think it's real. We think everything out here is real. All the stuff we do, all the stuff we accomplish, you know, that's what's real. That's not what's real. That's the vehicle through which we can evolve consciousness. That's it. Here's what Jesus says that I want to read from this book, Love Without End, Jesus Speaks. Some of you are reading this. I've been telling you for months and months and months. It's been blowing my mind, and it still is. But here's what Jesus says we are here to do. He says, you are here to build faith and consciousness. Consciousness grows by integrating eons of experience and awareness from our perception. So that's how important it is for you are, is because this eons and eons includes you. It includes your perceptions, it includes your being here. Consciousness grows in proportion to the richness and depth and completeness of your experiences, and my experiences, and our experiences. That's how consciousness grows. And faith, and in order for faith to be forged, I love that idea. In order for our faith to be forged, there has to be a profound threat to one's certainty. Dang it. Dang, right? How else could you forge your faith unless something rocked your world. There has to be a profound threat to one's certainty through great compressions of conflicting situation. If you knew where you were going, where would be faith? If you had certainty all the time, what the heck? Why would you need faith? If everything were provided without effort or risk, what would motivate you to become fully conscious? Why would you be here? Why would I be here? Why would I care? Why would I even be reading that book? Yeah. The purpose of our existence for our life is to awaken. And we are not going to wake up. We are not going to evolve consciousness except through the experiences that we go through. And I'm sorry they can't all be joy, joy, happy, happy. Because we wouldn't know what it meant to be otherwise. We wouldn't know God is love, for instance, if we just stayed with God all the time. Like our souls incarnated to separate ourselves so we could know that. How else could we know it? We couldn't know it. And that's what this is all about. Ooh, I just got goosebumps all the way down here. How can there be any other reason for tragedy and suffering, or triumph for that matter? How can there be any other reason for that? Other than by having had that experience, you have evolved yourself and therefore evolved the consciousness of the universe, of the world. I mean, think about that. Think about the difficult things you have experienced in your life. And I bet if I went around the room and said, so, you experienced that. Did you become someone different because of that? And I bet you would say yes. You became something different. Your awareness lifted you out of that. You didn't become a different person this way, although sometimes you do. You know, you lose weight, you get to gain some muscle, your hair colors, you know, all that. But you became something different, the way you contributed to the universe. Are you hearing that? That's what I believe. You became someone different. I don't know why I wrote down this quote, but it seemed to fit here. It said, you know, the grass is greener where you water it. You know, that's what we're doing, right? We're right here. This is what makes the difference. But so often with difficult circumstances, we try to get away, right? We want to get away right away. We want to get back to the way we were. I love the metaphor, and it always works for me, of thinking about getting a flat tire on I-40. All I want is for someone to come and fix the tire so I can be on my way, right? Don't you? Like, I don't have time for this. I had another plan. I was supposed to be something, you know. The list goes on. It's like, what if I just experienced having a flat tire here, got out of the way, was open to someone stopping, graciously helping. But no, I just want to get done. But that's not what our difficulties are about. We have created a world of illusions because we believe that all the stuff out here is what's real. More money is better. More power is better. More stuff is better. That's the illusion I'm talking about. That's the illusion I'm talking about. A better job, a bigger car, a bigger house. More people love me. More people respect me. I have more followers on Facebook. That's all illusion. None of that is real. Not when you think about the reason that we're here. To evolve consciousness. None of that matters at all. Not a bit of it. Not a bit of it. We are bound up in this world, I think, too often. I am bound up too often in what I do versus how I am and being here to evolve my own consciousness and the consciousness of the world. You know, Jesus had this statement that I think people attribute to just him. And he said this, he said, when I lift myself up, I draw others to me. He wasn't just talking about himself, he was trying to teach us how things work. You see, you have to read that from a spiritual perspective in order to understand it, I believe. When I lift myself up in consciousness, I draw the whole with me. Like, that's how it works. Not because I have some big ego, like I'm some, follow me. Like, no, he said that too, which is a good one. That's a different talk. But, yeah, that's how it works. That isn't a judgment or that's how evolution works. Consciousness works is when I do my work, when I seek first the kingdom. See, this is where my Bible would come in hand because I had these references in there. When I seek first the kingdom, like, don't worry about your life, he says in Matthew. He says, don't worry about your life, what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear. You're like, what? How am I going to pay my rent? I got to eat. But he says this, first seek the kingdom. First go inside yourself. First seek your spiritual wisdom. We want to skip over that stuff right to, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this work? How's it? Instead of going first to the kingdom, the wisdom that's already inside of you. You came here with it. Nobody has to give it to you, bestow it upon you, give you a special blessing. It's already there. It's already there. You just don't know it's there. Or you've forgotten it's there. Or you decided not to depend on it. I've decided not to depend on it. There's too much to do, for crying out loud. That's the illusion. That's the illusion. I think we need to take our foot off the gas pedal when it comes to that. Take our foot off the gas pedal. It doesn't matter. Who has the most toys on the day you die does not win. That's not who wins. That's not who wins. And many times in my life, I have decided, I have to figure out why I'm here. Have you ever had that? I need to figure out what my purpose is. Listen, I'm telling you what your purpose is. And you don't have to believe me, by the way, because it's just me. But I'm serious. You're here to evolve consciousness. You got a big thing you're doing here. It's not to be a therapist, or be a musician, or be an artist, or be a spec writer, or be an administrator. That's just what you do as you evolve consciousness. That just happens to be what you do while you are here doing this big thing. That's all that is. The thing is irrelevant. You may say, but I do some good work. Well, good. Jesus wanted us to do good work. All the great teachers want us to do good work. In fact, the other reference I had in the Bible that I was going to read was about the goats and the sheep. When you're going to heaven and Jesus is saying, well, hey, when you ran into me, you didn't feed me, you didn't clothe me, you didn't comfort me, you didn't do all these things. And the people, the goats lined up and said, well, we didn't see you. It's like I am in every single living being on that planet. And so when you did it for the least, or the most, or whoever it was, you did it for the whole. That's the teaching, I think. That's the teaching. Of course, we're doing great work when we do that. It's the way we elevate consciousness. It's the way we experience, then, the kingdom of heaven right here. And then I was, this whole thing about figuring it out. You know who figuring it out is for? CPAs. Figuring it out is for CPAs. It's important that they figure. I don't want the government coming after me. I want to pay my taxes correctly, and I want to let that go correctly. But it's not for figuring, it's not for us, it's not for life. I appreciate CPAs. Fran's husband, James, does taxes and CPA work. Our Jim Kimbrough on the board is a CPA. Thank goodness somebody works with figures. But figuring out my life? No. There is no figuring to be had. You know what there's to be had? Allowing. That's what there's to be had. To allow that wisdom that's already in you to let you know. And when you do that first, then you'll know what to do. Then you'll know how to speak. Then you'll know how to engage in the world. But you have to go there first. Not when everything's figured out. Like too late, that's not faith. If it's all figured out, it's not faith. He says in that book, You have to have uncertainty. That's the way it works. I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm all over the place. Here's the thing. We have to be able to rely on that. We have to be able to rely on this place in us. And we have to believe that it's there. It reminds me of this, and I've used this before from Alice in Wonderland, and I love it. I love, love, love it, because here's what we think, what Alice is. The Queen and Alice are talking, right? And the Queen said with great decision, "Nobody can do two things at once, you know. Let's consider your age to begin with. How old are you?" she asked Alice. "I'm 7.5 exactly," Alice says. "You needn't say exactually," the Queen remarked. "I can believe it without that. Now I'll give you something to believe. I'm just 101 5 months and a day." "I can't believe that," Alice says. "Can't you?" the Queen said in a pitying tone. "Try again. Draw in a long breath and close your eyes." Alice laughed. "There is no use trying. One can't believe impossible things. One can't believe things you can't see." "I dare say you haven't had much practice," said the Queen. "When I was your age, I always did it for half an hour a day. Why, sometimes I believed in as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." Do I believe that I have the wisdom in me? Do I believe that that's the place to start? Instead of out here with the doing? That's the question that this brings to mind for me. You gotta believe it. You gotta stop doing first and believing first. Instead believing first, right? That's where it starts. You have to believe in that possibility. And you have to do what? Draw a long breath and close your eyes. Right? Yeah, that's what I call prayer. The chanting that Megan was doing, to draw that in and be still. To pause. You all know my favorite prayer. It's 2 words. Show me. Show me, guide me, strengthen me, lift me, help me, and then allow that to happen. I felt like this message was all over the place. I hope you don't think so. But I was thinking, how do I bring it all down to something? You know, that's always my goal at the end. It's like, how do I bring it down to something that you can take with you? Of course, the Alice story is great. You can take that one with you. But it reminded me, this whole sequence that I went through as I was preparing this message, reminded me of Richard Levy's last message on August 31st, 2014. It was the last day he was at Unity of Wilmington. And he gave a lesson around these words. He said to himself, and he answered this question to anybody who was present, these questions. Have I loved well? Have I lived fully? And have I learned to let go? Have I loved well? Have I lived fully? Have I learned to let go? Not how much money's in the bank? Is everybody going to be okay when I leave? I wonder if I made the right choices. Who's going to care? I'm worried. Yeah, none of that. But simply those 3 questions. Have I loved well? Have I lived fully? Have I learned to let go? I think with those questions for me, it brings me kind of into this vibration that I'm talking about today. That's really what's important. And I believe if we can answer those questions each day, that we will raise the consciousness of the world, raise our consciousness and the consciousness of the world as well. That's what I got today. You never know what you're going to get when you come in here, but that's what you have. And yeah, so we're going to do a little meditation right now. So let's deep breath in. And as the sound comes on, we'll let these words guide us this morning. Breathing in and breathing out, knowing that my presence matters. that me being on this earth at this time is essential. So let me know that with every fiber of my being.
Open my eyes, let in the light again. Open my eyes, let in the light again. Open my eyes, fill them with joy again. Open my eyes, fill them with joy again. Heal my heart, let me begin again. Heal my heart, let me begin again. Open my eyes, open my eyes again. Open my eyes, open my eyes. Take a deep breath, breathe in the strength again. Take a deep breath, breathe in the strength again. Open my eyes, open my eyes again. Open my eyes, open my eyes. Heal my heart, let me begin again. Heal my heart, let me begin again. Open my eyes, open my eyes again. Open my eyes, open my eyes. Open my eyes, open my eyes again. Open my eyes, open my eyes. Open my eyes, open my eyes. Open my eyes, open my eyes.
Well, that felt good, didn't it? Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Megan. Thank you all for being here and offering your consciousness, your love, your strength, the love that you already are in so many different ways. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this community and all that you contribute to it. So thank you. Thank you. There might be a cup of coffee left back there. You're welcome to stay around for a little while. And I hope to see you next week. So let's close the way we close at Spiritual Soul Center, like this. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all be well. May all be peaceful and at ease. May all be happy. And amen.
Open my eyes, let in the light again. Open my eyes, fill them with joy again.